All right, everybody. I'm just gonna get this live stream going so I can turn my air conditioner back on once I'm done with this. First thing we're gonna do, I've already got Daz open. I've got my Venora character already loaded in here, and a couple things I've got going on here. First of all, if you go to Tools and go to Geometry Editor and hit that on there, and you'll know it's on if you right click and you get these different options here like geometry selection, stuff like that. I have found for some reason that when I export the models when I'm in geometry mode, that things just tend to work out better. So that's what I've started to do. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go in, hit select children, so that we have the entire model, and we want to export her with just the basic pose. So clear animation, clear select items pose. So she's just in her normal pose. Second, I need to pull up the live chat on my phone real quick. So is it not live right now? Hold on a second. Yep, it says that it's live. Why am I unable to? Hold on just a second. It's on public. Let's see if I can figure out why. Am I able to pull up the video? Might just need to go to my page on here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, today I'm gonna. Yeah, this is doing some weird stuff. Let's see here. There we go. Now I'm able to pull it up. There we go. Now I'm able to pull it up. All right, so we've got her in just her basic pose. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Export. Let's see here. We're just going to go, let's just go into our library, which is for the Unity project. So we're going to go to Desktop, Unity projects, my Project 27. I don't recommend that. Usually you want to have a legitimate name for them, but this is kind of just one I'm using for a tutorial anyways. We're going to go, I've got a characters thing here, and we're just going to call this new Venora. Save things we want. We're going to go ahead and embed the textures just so I can kind of show you what I've got going on with that. We're going to go to edit morphs. I think we got everything in there that I need. So the edit morphs is really where you're going to want to decide like what all you want to be able to change when she's in Unity. I've got some body morphs there. I've got her I've got some expressions. I got the Visamies or whatever for her to be able to do lip sync stuff. It's a bunch of kind of cool stuff there. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, wait. I might turn the audio on the desktop here once we get into this, because I might just go into my text to speech thing and give her something to say too when we're all done with this, but we'll see. All right, so we're gonna go now. We're gonna go into Unity. Let it load in. So one thing I've been kind of really thinking about in this too is if you have a crap load of morphs when you export, it's going to make the file a lot bigger. So I've been really considering, for a while there, I was just doing just a basic Genesis 8 body on every character and then just exporting the morphs into Unity and then using those to morph the character once I'm in Unity, whatever body type I want to do. And I think in the future I might just morph them, give them the body I want to have in DAZ and include morphs in the import them into Unity. That way I can make the files a little bit smaller. But in the long run, I upload these games into 1 gigabytes, and once you get to about 3 characters, you're kind of maxed out on that when it comes to the DAZ characters. And right now, I don't really want to spend the $70 on Decimate to make the characters just a little bit less, a little bit lower poly, which is ultimately what I'm going to do. So that way I can get more characters on the screen at the same time without it lagging. Okay, so we're just going to do, let's just go into our scenes, and we're just going to take, this is what new scene, let's just do this. Actually, so this scene is just for tutorial anyways, so we're just going to get rid of everything in here. We just got the camera, and we're going to go into, let's see, we put her under characters, and I believe it was New Venora. Let's see, Venora, New Venora right here. All right. And we are going to change her to humanoid, so we're going to have to sit here for a little bit longer. Not much longer. I can already see it's kind of weird if we look at this. It looks like her arms and her legs, the textures didn't carry over to it. But once again, I've gotten to the point where I don't even really care. Like, we don't even really need to worry about her textures at all. In fact, I'll probably begin to just texture this over to my Unity projects completely separately and then not include them in the exports because it's really not necessary. All right. So we're going to get everything, keep everything together. So we're going to create a new folder. Actually, let's do this. Let's bring her, let's see, New Venora. We'll bring this into here. So now we got everything. We've got the textures, texture maps, and then her in the same thing. So let's just bring her in here. Did it not? All right, let's bring character closer to the camera. Yeah, it doesn't look like the textures are even attached to it right now. Let's see. There we go. We're getting somewhere. All right, so we go into the game view. Oh, that looks pretty decent as far as where I've got the camera and stuff. So I think that'll work. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna figure out what's going on with her textures. That's weird. It looks like it's just a different color on. That's interesting. But anyways, that doesn't matter because we're not going to use these anyways. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do Control D on each part. Let's see. We got arms, we got ears, face, lips, legs, and we got torso. And we've got cornea. We're going to start with just her skin and her cornea and stuff like that, and then we'll eventually work on her outfit, see how good we can get that to look also. Last thing, let's go ahead and do fingernails. And then we're going to create another folder. And we're going to just call this materials. Lips, fingernails, legs. Try to get the torso over there. Did I not do a... interesting. Oh, maybe it's... What the heck? Either way. Go into here. And we can just do it this way too. Alright, so now we're going to go into the new Venora. I'll go into the Gen 8 female shape. Let's lock this. And then start bringing all these new textures over. Ears. Face. Nails. Legs. Lips. And torso. So let's get our scene view set up a little bit better. It's also, let's go in here. Let's give her a little bit of a, let's see, what do we got here? No. Oh, oh yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, there's a little bit more life in it. Hey, what's up, Josh? Yeah, I'm just chilling, just finally getting around to a tutorial I've been meaning to do for a while. Alright, so her face right now, pretty plain. We're going to fix that. We're going to make her look a lot more alive. And so, well, let's start with the face. That's where we're going to see the most room for improvement. That's where we'll really be able to notice her, more life in her is in the face. So the easiest way we could do this is we could just go back in here and we could take the same exact one and we could just go like that. Right then and there, we got more life. let's look in the game view. That's much, much better. We can a little bit more in there. If we want, we can kind of change up. But I think that skin color is just fine. I don't think we really need to mess with it much at all, if at all. Now, the next thing we can do to really put a little bit more life in here is to go, and we're going to go into our Windows C DAS 3D applications, data, and it's going to be runtime. Now, in textures, well, this is where it really sucks, is because, of course, the names of the different characters and everything in DAZ Studio, when you find them, when you put together your model, is different than the name of the company that made those textures in here. So, to be honest with you, it's a pain in the butt to kind of find the right textures. But somewhere in there is the textures for this one, which is the Nicoletta face. And I know I found it before, but we're not going to go through that right now. If anybody out there has a better way or easier way of figuring out where those textures are, let me know in the comments. But one thing that I have done is I've gone through and so one thing I already did is I went through all of the different models. Like basically I went through, let's do this, let's open in different, I went through all of these textures. And my main thing that I was looking at when I went into these is, like, let's look at just a random one right here. I went through and opened this up, and then I looked, like, is there some good skin detail in there? So like this one, no, it's just kind of it's not much different detail wise than the regular face. But there are some other ones in here that have a little bit more detail, and those are the ones that I took and I brought over and put into a separate folder and just did a copy paste so that I have these ones easily able to be used. I think this is one. If you look at this, there's some veins, there's these different birthmarks and stuff like that. So that right there is a pretty good face to be able to use. But one thing that I've already done in here is I already have this Nicoletta face, and I've created a folder in here which is textures, and I've already brought over the textures that I'm going to use. So one thing I could do here to make this look a little bit better, and that way I have a little bit more control over color. We're going to stick with that for now. So we got that. Let's fix a couple other things here real quick. We notice, I'm going to go back into one thing I want to look at is if we notice her beads on her headdress are kind of plain. And the reason why is it didn't bring any texture over to that. So let's do this. Let's go, well, first of all, let's go into her, we're going to have to, it's attached to her head, so we're going to have to open up her head. Address pearls. Oh, is that not? Oh yeah, we need the shape. Because that's going to have these things in it. So we've got, let's go large bead. Let's open that up and let's see if we can find her textures for large bead. And the funny thing is, you notice it did not bring those textures over, it looks like. Or am I wrong? Let's see, where ran, that's her hair. Let's see. Interesting. That's interesting. So it didn't bring any of the textures over. So what I might have to do is, and we're not even going to worry about this right now because it's about making her look better overall. So we're not going to worry about this. But at some point here, when I get to the point where I just want to make this character look as good as possible overall, I'm gonna want to grab those textures for the beads and actually get the detail in it. But right now, we're not gonna worry about it. So we got her face. I'm gonna go into here, and we're going to. First of all, let's copy legs, torso. So we got the same color in all of them, and now we're just gonna go here. So we've got our color and everything right, and we're just gonna start dragging. Okay, so one thing we notice here is for some reason. Okay, so this is what happened. This is why this looks kind of funky right there. Is that if you notice, if we go to the texture on face, and we're gonna go to new Venora materials. It brought over a different, or it loaded a different texture is the problem here. That's weird. Let's see. Let's lock this. So it didn't even, it loaded a texture from here instead of the one that we actually just loaded. So if we go, oops. Let's see what we got wrong here. Let's see, is it gonna let me? It's there. That's the other problem here. So I need to go into face, and we need to, let's, just for simplicity's sake, let's bring these all down. So I need to figure out what is it that I've got. Interesting. Okay. Why is my color different? Oh, yes. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. So we're going to go into textures. We want the lock this. This here. There we go. Now, why is it not? I hate when it locks in like this. Let's see. Let's get. It's still a little bit off there. It looks like you can definitely see where one begins and one ends. So that's a little bit weird, but we'll get to that later. Let's get her lips to look a little bit better. So we're going to go to, just say female shape. Go to lips, open that up. I'm going to go back again to our textures. And we're going to find maybe let's try this. Oh, well, that's way too bright. Where is it? See, we want the lips. Is it maybe something like this? Eyes, face. I think we need to go and grab the mouth. See how it's there's a kind of a whitish around here. That's not what we want there. So let's see here. Let's see if we could adjust the mouth here real quick. I think if we go into a little bit better, and then there we go. Right here, I believe. So that didn't really change anything. So it is under the lips. The lips is where we're having the issue right now. There we go. Okay, so maybe it was that. So the question is, doesn't look like we have any detail on the lips though. Let me see here. I know at some point they did have this figured out. Now you just gotta figure it out again. Maybe it's. Hmm. Let's open this up and see what I did here. All right. Okay. So I think. I think I'm gonna finish this part, get the lips, and then I've got some stuff I gotta go do. So we'll come back to this on a different live stream. But I want to fix these lips, and I think I might know how to do it. I think we just need to go into here, and then we just need to do the same thing. There we go. That's what it was. I was overthinking it. So if you look in there, now we got some definition. Change the color if we want. Want to blend it as much as possible. But yeah, we got some good definition in there. So while we're at it, we'll do one more thing before I end this live stream. We're going to fix the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our textures and we're going to put in there. Change it to transparent, bring that all the way down. And then, yeah, we got better looking eyes. We can go into let's do lower lash. Upper lash. Lash upper. Lash lower. And then we'll go into these individually. And we're just going to change these to all right, so that's what I got for right now. Notice a huge difference on the face definition. We can always go back in there and mess with color if we want, make that look however we want it to. We got some definition in the lips, and we got the pupils to actually show black on them, and then we got some color in the eyes. And let's do, okay, I keep on saying that's all I'm going to do, but yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to end this stream right now. Yeah, that's kind of the basics of how I get the models looking a little bit better. The key thing is to not think about the textures as something that's necessary for you to bring over from DAZ to Unity right away. You the best way to do it is to just go into your runtime textures and then just go through and just find the ones that seem like they have, let's see here. So like this one, Rika. And if we go into here, and then we could kind of look to see what her face looks like. So again, just a couple little details in the face. This is not one that we'd normally use. We want one that has just a little bit more definition in the face and bring those over, and it's going to make them look better. And then you're going to end up with just looking way, way better in Unity. That's all I got for now. Everybody have a great day, and we'll be back on at some point here.